From Earth TRN666, the Cosmic Ghost Rider is a character that some of you may know absolutely nothing about, aside from the fact that he looks really damn cool. Well, first appearing in Thanos Volume 2 Issue 13 of early 2018, Cosmic Ghost Rider, otherwise known as the Rider, had a fairly interesting run in this universe, and an equally interesting origin story. So today we're diving into this intriguing figure with our list of the top 10 Cosmic Ghost Rider shocking facts. Also, heads up, major spoiler alert for the Cosmic Ghost Rider series. You've been warned, friends. But before we dive into our list, we just want to give a major shout out and a thank you to our sponsor for this video, Virtual Villagers Origins 2. It's the latest installment of the Virtual Villagers game series, where you help your villagers survive on their island and solve puzzles, along with crafting, farming, and building a thriving village, right in your pocket. It's a real-time simulation game where villagers are stranded on an island, and must explore it, harvest crops, repair buildings, and populate the island in order to survive. It's unlike other simulation games. If you don't take care of your villagers, they will die. Now, if you're a fan of the series, you'll love this one for its brand new crafting features, and all of the new puzzles that you'll have to solve throughout the game as you progress. So head on over to the App Store, Google Play, or Facebook and download it today. It's a blast. And now, on to our list. Number 10, an amalgamation. One may initially think that the Cosmic Ghost Rider is simply just an alternate version of Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch, the most popular characters to have taken on the Ghost Rider mantle. In actuality though, the man behind the Burning Skull is Frank Castle, the Punisher. Now his life up until the event that turned him into the Cosmic Ghost Rider is seemingly the same as Frank Castle of Earth 616, but his origin story is a mix between the Punishers and the Ghost Rider mythos, as we'll learn in our next number. In at 9, his origin. The Rider's origin story was revealed to us several issues after his first appearance in Thanos Volume 2 Issue 16. We find out that during Earth's last stand against Thanos, Frank Castle, as the Punisher, was involved in the battle, but was knocked out by the debris of a building that the Hulk was thrown into. Castle died, and his soul went to hell. That's when he encountered Mephisto. Unwilling to let go of his grudge against Thanos for slaughtering everyone on Earth, he made a deal with Mephisto, which turned him into Ghost Rider, and subsequently sent him back to Earth. But by the time that he returned, it was too late. Everything on the planet was abolished, and Thanos was long gone. Now, as the Ghost Rider, Castle would spend years and years roaming Earth, a planet filled with death and decay, as an immortal. It was a lonely existence. Even Mephisto himself began to ignore him. Castle started to go insane because of it. And at 8, Galactus. Luckily for Castle, he wouldn't be alone for much longer. Unannounced one day, Galactus arrived on Earth, badly injured from fighting Thanos, looking to recruit the help of anyone still left alive. He had no idea that Thanos had already eliminated all life on Earth though, so when he ran into only Castle, he was surprised. But Frank took this as an opportunity. The Ghost Rider offered to give Galactus the planet in exchange for his help to take down Thanos. Galactus accepted and made Ghost Rider his new herald, endowing him with the power cosmic to transform him into the Cosmic Ghost Rider. The two would then set out on a journey over the next several centuries to prevent Thanos from achieving his goal of annihilating every living being in the universe. Up next, number 7, the return of Thanos. Thanos would eventually catch up to them though, putting their crusade to an end by killing Galactus. He beheaded the Great Devourer, and seeing the abilities that Castle had as the Cosmic Ghost Rider, offered him the chance to be his herald of sorts. It was an offer to see more evil than he had ever imagined in his lifetime, and to punish it. At a loss, Castle agreed and became one of Thanos' servants. Moving on to number 6, Baby Thanos. Turns out besmirching evil wasn't the only thing that ended up being on Castle's agenda. Thanos had a plan, and needed him in order to execute it. Thanos, now going by the name of King Thanos, of course, made Castle use the Time Stone in order to drag a younger version of the Mad Titan into the future. King Thanos believed that by having the help of a younger version of himself, he could impress Lady Death and finally win her love by killing one of the most difficult and powerful individuals left in the universe, the Fallen One, who was once known as the Silver Surfer and had served as Galactus' herald long before the Cosmic Ghost Rider did. But turns out Thanos wasn't filling Castle in on the full plan. He didn't actually need his younger self in order to defeat the Fallen One. Instead, King Thanos planned on killing his younger self in order to impress Death and ensure that he would be with her forever. Talk about masochistic. This plan would be interrupted by the Fallen One, but more on that later. In at 5, the Hell Cycle. The Hell Cycle is the product of the Spirit of Vengeance, the power that Castle was given when he became Ghost Rider. But after he was endowed with the power cosmic as Galactus' new herald, his Hell Cycle got a bit of an upgrade. Think of it kind of like Silver Surfer's surfboard, except, well, A motorcycle, obviously. In addition to his now cosmic hell cycle, Castle's firearms and chains also got an upgrade when he went cosmic too. They're forged from the bones of Sidorak, and are pretty much indestructible. Not even Thanos could break them, as seen in Thanos issue 13 volume 2. Moving on to number 4, his powers. The Cosmic Ghost Rider's powers are made up of 2 main abilities. The Spirit of Vengeance, a power that Ghost Rider fans should be no stranger to, and the power Cosmic, something that those familiar with the Silver Surfer or Galactus definitely know a thing or two about. Now the Spirit of Vengeance, which was granted to Castle after he made his deal with Mephisto, allows him to have superhuman strength and durability, and of course to manipulate and project hellfire, which also extends to infusing objects with it, like his hell cycle. The Rider has also depicted the ability to unleash omnidirectional hellfire blasts that can incinerate pretty much everything around him. Castle also inherited the Penance Stare ability from the Spirit of Vengeance, which is an ability that can incapacitate victims in close combat when locking eyes with them. It induces self-mortification that exposes the victim to every negative action, behavior, feeling, and sensation, aka sins of the past, that they've committed, an ability that can only be used to avenge the innocent. Now fun fact, the Punisher in his regular form is immune to the Penance Stare, since he has no guilt for the murders that he's committed. Moving on to the power Cosmic though. Endowed with the power Cosmic, like all of the other heralds of Galactuses in the past, it allowed Castle to travel interstellar distances, project energy, and infuse his Penance Stare with the power Cosmic that allows him to incinerate any sinner that he comes across. Intense, isn't it? There's a whole lot else that the power Cosmic can do too, but those additional details were never fully depicted in the series that the Rider appeared in. Now, what about his weaknesses? Well, that brings us to our next number. Up next at 3, his death. The Rider met his untimely end when the Fallen One, the Earth TRN666 version of Silver Surfer, used Mjolnir to smash Rider to bits, while King Thanos was trying to execute his plan and, well, his younger self too. Now for context, this Norrin Rad was hunted down by Thanos when he was Galactus' herald. During one encounter, Surfer had teleported Galactus to safety, and somehow managed to evade Thanos himself. But Galactus believed him to be dead, and centuries later Surfer witnessed Galactus' death via the Mad Titan. So in order to take on Thanos, he decided to make himself worthy of carrying Mjolnir, spending a millennia doing so. He would become jet black thanks to being imbued with black matter. He too would die the same issue as the Rider, and at the hands of the Twin Titans, aka King Thanos and his younger Thanos self. Now unlike the Fallen One though, this wasn't the end of the Rider, which brings us to number 2, Valhalla. Here's where things get interesting yet again. After he's killed by the Fallen One, Frank was retrieved from his now dead timeline by an Odin of another reality, and rewarded with Valhalla, as seen in Thanos Annual Volume 2 Issue 1. But as you can imagine, Valhalla didn't really bode well with Castle. Odin saw this and decided to return his powers to him, along with sending him back to whatever time and place that he desired. So what does Frank decide to do? Well, he gets Odin to send him back to the day that Thanos was born, with the intention of killing the Mad Titan in order to prevent him from growing up and causing all of the destruction that his future self would bring upon the universe. Frank arrives to that time period, finds the baby version of Thanos, and uses his Penance Stare on the child, only to discover something very interesting. Thanos, at this point, was not evil. And that brings us to our final number. In at 1, he raised the Mad Titan. Now upon discovering that the baby Thanos didn't have any evil within him, Castle had a change of heart, and decided to change his plans too. Enter Cosmic Ghost Rider Issue 1, released in the later half of 2018. Cosmic Ghost Rider decides to take this young Thanos under his wing, so to speak, in hopes of changing his future. Knowing what is going to happen next in this timeline, Castle goes to see Galactus, and tries to convince him to aid him. Galactus refuses though, after looking through Frank's memories and seeing his past and all the events that occurred. So Frank, pissed off at Galactus, decides that he'll just raise Thanos on his own, which alters the timeline in a drastic way. The Guardians of the Galaxy try to prevent this, but Frank ends up killing them alongside baby Thanos. That's when he's greeted by future Thanos, who has now become the Punisher himself, and promises his father figure that there's still a place for him as his herald. Eventually by issue 5, this future Punisher Thanos meets his untimely end by Frank's hand. And what happens to baby Thanos? Well, Frank returns him to his original place in the timeline. When the child asks him, "Then won't this timeline die?" Frank responds, yeah, it will. But at least they'll die with hope. Alright, there we have it friends. Have you read the Cosmic Ghost Rider series? What'd you think of it? Let us know in those comments below. And before you go, make sure you check out the link in our video description for more on our awesome sponsor for this video, Virtual Villagers Origins 2. It's available for download today. Now if you dug this video, spread the love and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more lists just like this one. In the meantime though, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next video.